Welcome back to Yuri's Box. In this video I'm going to talk about Trump, the dollar and bonds. It's going to be a quick video, hopefully. If you like this kind of content, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And as usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. So as a good morning really, I woke up to find that last night, just not too long after I actually made my video, Trump spoke during a press conference, and there were really two pieces of news. Number one is that Trump apparently has no intention of firing FED Chair Powell, which is welcome news. I never really considered it. I mean, I spoke about it as a nuclear option, meaning that if he ever did go forward with something like that, it would just be akin to the end of the world, really. So, of course, you have to consider it, but if you're thinking about it in realistic terms, I mean, you have to really start thinking about, learning how to grow crops, all right? You're not really wondering whether to own bonds or gold or Bitcoin or dollars or yen. I mean, that's it's not too good. So, at the very least, it is good news to have it off the table. And I do believe that it's the biggest piece of news that we got, from the press conference last night. And as you can see, we actually did get a bid in the dollar, just as Trump was talking right here. Now, again, the last thing I said about the dollar was yesterday, and about the potential news failure on the PMI report, and that is still valid. Let's see how the PMIs come out later today, and we'll assess it from there. But for now, it has given at least some breathing space to the dollar. You can also see that with bonds, especially on the long end of the curve. It is giving some reprieve. We're currently down about 8 basis points on the 30-year bond and 7 on 20s, which again is just giving some breathing room. I wouldn't read too much into these moves as usual. Just keep a level head and see how things evolve on dollars, on the dollar, and on bonds. For sure, this kind of takes away the nuclear option, as I called it, which is only good news. All right, as far as U.S. assets are concerned and bonds are concerned, definitely. I do believe that while this move right here was probably, and I still maintain that position. I remember talking about it on April 9th, and I maintain that position as long as the price action allows me to maintain that position, that this move right here was probably just a forced liquidation. All right, sooner or later we'll get the articles on the Financial Times explaining what happened, and the insight, what was going on behind the scenes, and all that good stuff. So this was probably liquidation, and what followed right here, honestly, was probably some speculation around, the dollar and Powell. And again, the fact that that is no longer on the table is definitely good news. What we also got last night was a further indication that we will not have high tariffs on China, really. Okay, so let me see if I can actually find it right here. Anything Trump. This might be it, but in any case, the other piece of news that we got was really that the tariffs on China aren't going to be as high as they are now, and basically everyone is hinting at wanting to make deals. All right, Besant kind of got leaked yesterday. I kind of spoke about it a bit, and he spoke about apparently about trade with JP Morgan behind closed doors, and he said that the situation is unsustainable and we need to de-escalate. And again, this is offering quite a boost to things like the S&P futures. We're up about 2% on this. Look, this is good news, of course, but personally, it isn't news as far as I'm concerned, because again, the way I've been operating ever since we got the walk back on the electronics last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember. But ever since we got that, Trump walking back those tariffs there, it was game over. I mean, once you walk back electronics, you're basically walking back all of the tariffs. And what you're signaling is that we've peaked out on tariff drama. And because of that, I've been operating under the assumption that as we move forward, tariff drama will subside, and we will have to be forced to focus back on the fundamentals of the economy. However, they will come out, and whether they're good or bad or worse than we think or better than we think, we'll just have to face the music, in my opinion. So while this is good news in the short term for stocks, I still would not break out the champagne, so to speak, because we still have an elephant in the room, which is the economy. We went over the what's going on here. But in any case, the Philadelphia Fed, I don't know why this maybe got corrupted or anything. The Philadelphia Fed index survey, really, for manufacturing. Where is it? Right. I think I have the wrong. Yeah. This week. Right here, yesterday we had the Richmond Fed, actually, and the week before we had Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey. But we went over it yesterday. It was negative. So again, if we keep on getting this kind of rhetoric from the PMIs and the reports and these regional Fed surveys, eventually it'll leak into the hard data. And we'll have to face the music. So I do believe that, Trump's, further walking back that we saw last night is an indication of the fact that, again, we will likely leave trade drama behind us. Not that it won't continue to have an effect, because, again, we'll remind you, we still have tariffs. I mean, tariffs, I'm pretty sure, if I haven't missed anything, and I could have easily missed something, but he did slap on a 10% tariff overall. That is still in play, 10 if not 20. So we still have tariffs. But again, my base case is that we're going to move away from the tariff drama, and the economy will take center stage as we progress throughout the coming weeks. That is pretty much it. Again, I'll update you on the PMI reports. On the PMI reports, we'll go over that this afternoon or really this morning if you're in the US. So again, estimates are for 52.8 on services and 49.4 on manufacturing. Let's see how things evolve, and I'll keep you updated. If you like this kind of content, consider leaving a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.